It's called vortex math. I was told to write it in a book. I always listen to what he says. He's taught me the most. This book came to me in March. I've learned so much from it. Here we go. There's the math I read. There's the Triforce already written in it. It's me. It's what we've called, what do we name it? It ain't Triforce math. I've been up all night timing sounds and spectrums. Whatever, it doesn't matter. It's the Trinity. Check it out. Past, present, future, God's in the middle. Nah, I ain't described any of these yet. But three of us, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit. Speed of light, triangle, travels through time. We're going to skip 5. Daniel 7, the prophecy has 5 in it. We're in that current time frame. We'll go arrive at 6. 3 times 2 is 6. We'll go backwards in time. 3. Positive charge through the speed of light in time will arrive at 6. That's negative because you've doubled. Now you're on both sides of time, future and past, simultaneously. That's a negative charge. But you skipped it. So you stay current. The current passes by the speed of light. Back through a negative charge of time, through a residuating rift, into a positive 4. 4 of you. Start with 3. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. Travel at the speed of light through time, through your brain synapses. You'll arrive at 6. You've doubled. You're both on both sides of time. This is how God is everywhere. Going backwards in time simultaneously, you're going to skip over 5 and arrive at 4 in the middle. Father, Son, Holy Spirit. In the middle, all of you are 1. So we do that math. I left off right here. We took off at 3. Came to an understanding as 1 unit of light energy. To the understanding of how I'm on both sides of time simultaneously with God. How the math works to simultaneously arrive us right in the middle of a 4-way stop through time. Now, I looked up and said, what's the next part of the formula? What I saw was right there. EY is circle. It tells me energy arc. Y stands for an arc for me. I'm arcing energy. So I'll start right there. When 3 time traveled, go down. Negative, because we're skipping over all of that to arrive at a new energy. Now from there, I'm going to travel at the speed of light times 2 and skip over everything that I just done. Just arrive here. It's not even a positive or negative charge. It's already been done. We're just phasing through it. And I'll add the positive currents because they will connect through time eventually. Now from there, they will connect in all points by themselves. This stays stationary. God stays alone. He's outside of everything, but he's everywhere always. Okay, it's locked in. Safety. There's your hedge of protection through time. 4 is actually 1 because you were all simultaneously together. And then right there, positive energy goes down, down, down through an infinity. It will eventually arrive back to the top over time. So there you go. You went to the past, into the future, on all points. This hits here, boom, transfers all the way around. It's going to skip the negative into a positive. Always. You will always recycle negative energy into positive. And that will circulate down and come back in. And that's how God takes 3, Father, Son, and the Holy Spirit, all the way through time into a recycling, never-ending infinity loop of positive energy that will erase sin. There's your vortex math. That's what I couldn't think of the name. That's what we call it. This is the vortex of the wind radiation and the residual effects of every form of the spectrum. Example, it's right now. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I tell somebody they're ugly and I mean it and I hurt their feelings. They leave in a bad mood. And they cuss this guy out, who cusses that guy out, who punches this guy. Well, by about 6 states later, all this negative energy is transferred into a positive negative. You know, you can cross 2 negatives in the middle of a positive. You get electrocuted. Basically, if I did that, then it'll be a better example. Right now, I cussed somebody out and made them have a horrible time. Well, in 15 minutes, that's already through crossing all of the currents of sin, feeling, emotion, time, through the wind alone. It's reached Compton in mass murder and came back to me as maybe a bird pooped on me almost. I never knew I'd cause all of that horrible carnage around the world in 5 minutes off the back of one small intention. Everybody on earth is guilty of that. All alive is guilty of mass murder. Seriously, worst things you could think of. Literally born in minutes off the back of a FU. If you mean it and don't clean it up. This is how time travel works. It works in the wind. This is how sin works. This is how it dies. This is how you time it and trap it. And you kill it out by finding somebody in a negative, bad mood, and you don't force a good intention on them. You kind of drop a seed. A woman walking down the street earlier, cussing for no reason, angry. Offered her a cigarette, some nice words, spit some loose rap at her, put a smile on her face. Immediately behind her, beautiful crowd of nice, quiet people having a good time. Now, if I'd have been like, oh, blah, 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 won't you shut up, old lady? Behind her would have been some thugs talking about, what's your problem, bro? That's how that works. I was told to make this video for anybody. You won't understand this math to a total completion or any way to use it unless you find God, though. He'll let you build your own formula. All right, I did it, my done. For thus the Lord said to me, as a lion or a young lion growls over his prey, and when a band of shepherds is calling out against him, he is not terrified by their shouting, O daughter, at their noise. So the Lord of the hosts will come down, fight for Mount Zion and on its hill. He's basically telling me I don't care if you believe it or not, because I already know it's true, and if you try it, he'll come talk to you too. Don't try this, try that first. He left me this pre-marked. It doesn't have to be. I've used this in many scenarios. That's meant so many things to me. I learned rocket science out of this thing, even on pages that weren't marked, with his direction alone. This is how Tesla got all the answers and more. You're not going to do anything in this world, build anything, or go into anywhere in space unless you found God. He allows it, and he tells them the answers. This is why school is unnecessary, and how you should have found him first before you even tried to go there. All right, so it's us. Love, future, and hope. It's just what I name it. It's what you want it to be. We all know it's faith, hope, and love. There's God in the middle. You're all one. You're all the same. You're the G. L, G, and E. Life gained in excess. Or it could be R, L, G, and E. Return life and energy. You can do that because this is vortex math. It gets trapped. It traps the sin in a triangle, and it's not going anywhere until it recycles out of a black hole of nothing but positive and negative influence. And then you're stuck. And that's always going to be there, because there has to be a sin. Satan is not a person. He's the most influential person in a negative way present in your time at the moment. That's all it is. God cannot make nothing. He can't make evil. He's infallible. And he made Satan, right? Well, he made a person with free will. And that person went and did whatever the hell they wanted to do, and they didn't clean it up. And what they did wrong was they made a decision without asking God first in the Bible. It's told to do this, and it's obvious why. Everybody stay up.